35 years ago, Elena and I immigrated to Israel. Not long after arriving, I was just 18 years old. I joined the professional choir of the Jerusalem Great Synagogue under the brilliant maestra Eli Jaffe. At the time, I knew almost nothing about synagogue music. The choir was preparing for the high holidays, and at one of my first rehearsals, we began working on Kol Nidre, one of the most emotionally powerful and spiritually significant moments in the entire Jewish liturgy, recited at the very opening of Yom Kippur. It is hard to believe now, but back then I had no idea what this ancient text meant. Yet, the first time we sang it together with the incomparable Chazan Naftali Herstik, Zichrono Livracha, one of the greatest cantors of the late 20th century, something's happened. I immediately felt that there was something magical about this prayer, something that reaches the heart and the soul. As Rabbi Jonathan Sachs wrote, it has the power to unlock the gates of the Jewish heart. You can hear us with Naftali singing Kol Nidre in the background, recorded during our concert in Germany. Little did I know, standing there 35 years ago, that only 7 years later I would be leading a congregation myself as a student cantor in suburban Baltimore, chanting this same majestic, awe-inspiring prayer. For any performer, understanding the meaning of what you sing is essential. For Kol Nidre, it is everything. That is when I learned that this text is not a prayer in the usual sense, but a legal declaration, an ancient formula, annulling personal vows made to God during the past year. Jewish law takes vows seriously. Words have power, but it also offers a way to release promises made in error or that become impossible to keep.
The text is recited in Aramaic, not Hebrew, because it was meant to be understood by everyone, not just scholars. Aramaic was the spoken language of the time. Kol Nidre, Be'esarei, Becharamei, Bekonamei, Bekinusei, all vows, prohibitions, oaths, consecrations, vows of abstinence, and terms by which we bind ourselves. The formula goes on to cancel those personal vows, excluding promises made to other people or legal obligations, clearing our hearts before Yom Kippur begins. Its exact origin is uncertain, but the text reaches back to the medieval period, a time marked by forceful conversions. Scholars believe it likely dates to the 8th or 9th century CE, possibly earlier in Babylonia. The melody of Kol Nidre is among the most ancient in our tradition, what we call a Sinai tune, as if it came all the way from Sinai itself. Of course, that's a legend, but the melody truly does reach back to medieval Ashkenazi tradition. It is traditionally chanted 3 times, each time with greater intensity, as if our very souls are crying out. Over time, the haunting melody became one of the most recognizable and moving pieces in all Jewish sacred music. As we enter Yom Kippur, may these ancient words once again open our hearts and souls. We wish you a Tzom Kal, an easy and meaningful fast. May you be inscribed and sealed in the book of life. Shana Tova Umetuka.